I just came back from Avengers Endgame. Out of respect, I will not spoil the movie at first. It's impossible to talk about without it, but it was great. Of course it was. I'm still not sure, like, I think Infinity War was a bit better, but I think these two are about on the same level. So, spoiler free first, I think it's a fitting conclusion. I don't think that's a spoiler. It's called Endgame. Of course, it's the last one. I have problems with it. Many, of course, because no Marvel movie is perfect in terms of plot. There's always a miss or two. I'll go through them, some of them in a bit. But overall, great experience. Solid acting. Good effects. Good choreography. But I think Infinity War is a bit better in the last two. I'll go into detail soon. So, okay, you can't talk about this movie without going somewhat into spoilers. So I'm gonna count down to 3 and I'll start spoiler corner. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, where to start? I cried once, well, sort of twice. It's one of the most bizarre experience I've ever had in my life. It's towards the end when they finally gather and Captain America finally says that thing that they teased for 11 years. And during the scene when they all just came out of the portals, it's like I broke down in tears of just pure joy. I think it's the first time I cried fanboy tears or something. It's like I waited for this moment all my life. Or least case scenario, 11 years since first Hulk movie I remember. I don't remember how long it's been actually. But holy shit. That was probably the biggest fanboy moment of my life. And I did kind of come back to it sort during the end credits when they show all the names. And they even left the signatures there. I was like, yeah. Fitting conclusion. But I know Tony Stark. Oh yeah, speaking of that, yeah, I kind of expected Tony to die. Of course. I don't know why I'm saying of course. I don't know. I've always had a feeling since I heard of Infinity War. I was like, he or Captain America gonna die, right? Captain America sort of do. I mean, he's an old man now, so he can die of age at old age at any point. Also, this goddamn poster is a lie because Brie Larson is barely in it and she doesn't quite look at it. Same with Thor. Don't trust the trailers, is what I'm saying. Or posters for that matter. The movie could have used a bit more of Thanos, but we had the past movie with that, but he was such a good villain, I kind of want to see more of him. And I was gonna say something about Tony. I can't get my mind together. I'm still like, it's like I have to digest this movie so much. It's wrapping up 11 years of movies, at least 22 movies. Holy shit, I spent so much time on this. But yeah, it was a good conclusion to such a long running series of movies. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's like, hey Tony, and the rest of the gang for that matter. I know you guys are geniuses and all, but how about you go back in time to when Thanos still had the Infinity Stones, but before he used the Infinity Stones to destroy them, and just take it out from the gauntlet and warp away. You did that the last time and he was weakened. I'm sure you could fight him that time too. No? Of course not, because then we wouldn't have this movie. That would have been just too easy. Oh god. It's like I have to calm myself down. This is such a... Oh, okay. Collect yourself. The some characters are of course pushed in towards the end, but they was kind of smart about it because we spent some of them that are dead, we spent a bit more time with than last movie. So it sort of evens out. It's not completely true. I think my biggest issue is, of course, the fact that it kind of delegates into another big horde battle. They fight a bunch of aliens and not focusing on Thanos. The only way I could see that be sort of fair is if he still had some of the Infinity Stones and could put up a fight to all of them. He kind of fights them like 3-on-3 or just a few at a time. But if I would have loved to see all the main members of the Avengers just take on Thanos at the same time. Like all of them. But we can't get anything. I'm also glad that we got to see more Nebula. I kind of liked her for some reason. Of course, she's extremely edgy, but there's something that her actress does really well. That she can... I don't know if it's computer animated or if it's a shit ton of makeup, but either way, I think she does a great job of portraying the character and getting her emotions across. She does feel like a genuinely troubled character, and she was sort of the biggest surprise of both this and Infinity War. Well, maybe not Infinity War, more in this movie, but in the Guardian movies as well. It's like, I want to know a bit more about it, and when I did, I was like, you know what? Not a bad character. I think she's a bit more interesting because she's one of the more flawed characters, but whatever. So, like I said, it's not perfect. Some might have issues with it. The one casualty is Tony Stark, but it's like, it's the last one, sort of. At least I'm gonna treat this as such. I think they were kind of expecting to keep the series going. Because at the very end, there's no end credit scene or anything, which you should probably know because you've seen this movie. Am I right? I'm gonna turn off the comments so you can't spoil the movie, just in case, for at least a month. But anyway, the only thing we hear is that sound of like a hammer or something. And it's like, ooh, what could that be? Maybe Avengers 5. Ooh, get speculated. It's like, no, it's over. Screw you. I'm not falling for that shit. Like, unless they somehow gathered all the entire gang again and called it Avengers Endgame or something, I'm not gonna be interested in any more of the cinematic movies. So if you're watching this in the future and think, but hey, what do you think about this movie that came up after this, or what about that Spider-Man movie or Guardians 3 or whatever, I don't care. This is the end of it. That doesn't mean I'll never see them or anything, but it's like, I'm not gonna get in line or something. But out of just pure respect of the series as a whole, I watched this one in world premiere just as a fitting conclusion to myself as well. I'm glad I took part in this whole thing, and I'm not that sad that it's over. That doesn't mean I'm like, yeah, it's over, but it's like, I feel content. This was a good spot to end this. Maybe I'm just saying that because I kind of lost interest in somewhat after Stan Lee died. And it's, of course, extremely sad I didn't get to see this movie, but you know what? I'm content as for now. Good shit, Marvel. You did 22 good movies. Not all of them were fantastic. But you had a really good finish. Thank you so much. That's pretty much it. And thank you for watching. I really want to end this on a better note, but it's over now. It's kind of hard to take in. I'm gonna need a moment. But anyway, thank you so much for watching.